Hi everybody and welcome to my Lionsgate and New Moon reading. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jo from Carry Out Crystal Healing. So I'm going to start by taking some cards from this Moonology deck by Yasmin Bolan. And we'll see what's going to happen. What do we need to know from the energies of this new moon? Now of course the Lionsgate and the new moon energy won't just peak today on the 8th and stop, they'll carry on. So it helps if we know what's coming so that we can ride the wave and make the best use of the energy. It's really interesting because this card keeps coming up. It's come out second. I'll come to it in a minute. The first card that's come out is Be Bold and Make the First Move. That came out in some work that I was doing yesterday for somebody else, so that's really interesting. You're being asked to take action on some inspiration that you've received. Now is the perfect time to do it with the energy. The energy will support it. So if you've had some inspiration, no matter how crazy it might feel, or it might not make any logical sense, please pay attention to it and act on it. You don't have to take massive steps, just one small step in the direction of what your intuitive inspiration has given you, and the rest will unfold from there. So you're not asked to make, although it says be bold and make the first move, it's not asking you to take really dramatic action, but it might feel emotionally or mentally risky in a way, in terms of it might bring up some fear in you to take the action. So the action might only be small, but it's the emotional and mental impact of it which will be great. And so this is how we break through our fears. So you're being asked to act upon your intuitive impulses and take a step towards it. The next card that I held up earlier was the full moon in Taurus, and it says your dreams need a practical plan. Very grounding energy. And so you've been asked to take a step, and then, to get towards your dreams, you are going to have to keep on taking those steps. To make your idea a reality, you need to have some kind of practical plan. A lot of people make the mistake of having an intuitive impulse, and they do a bit and they go, it's not really working, and they give up and it doesn't work. And so that happens quite a lot. But what we need to do is make sure that we are taking action on it and create some kind of plan. And we might not know the whole plan, and that's okay. But we do need to start taking steps in that direction, and then to be consistent in our efforts. So not stopping and starting, no matter how small the step is, just keep taking those next steps. And then I really like this card because it flows on really nicely. It's a waxing moon, and it says the energy is gaining momentum. And that is how we do it. We gain momentum by taking step after step after step, small ones. We don't need massive, groundbreaking, crazy steps. Well, sometimes they might be, but for what we're being asked to do here, it's small steps will create a stronger path, is what I'm being guided to say. I really like the way that these cards look together as well. We've got the similar moons with the similar colour backgrounds, but then right in the middle we've got that really practical energy of Taurus. So it's like this, the feminine energy is supporting the action. The action is the more masculine energy. So we're being asked to trust our feminine energy with that inspiration, and then to put it into action. That is trusting our masculine energy to then carry it forwards. So I was called to use two other decks for this reading today. The first of the other two is this one. It had to be because it's got the lion on the front for the Lionsgate. So that's the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards by Temple of Balance. And then I'm being asked to use my Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. So the Goddess is basically involved in everything that I do. That's that divine feminine energy that I was just talking about. So let's see what the divine feminine has to say. I think it's pretty sure that she wants to be heard, given what was said with those first three cards. Just as I looked at the clock on my timer there, it's 4:44. I love it. Okay, so let's take some of these. I was thinking of taking three, but actually I'm guided to just stop at this one. It's really lovely. Aphrodite, inner goddess. And I really love the colour that goes with this card. The caption at the bottom says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care and appreciating your divinity. So this does really lead on nicely from what I was just saying, where we need to trust our feminine energy, which is our intuition, to act upon it and honour it. And for some of you, that intuition might well be that you need to take better care of yourself. We are not here to work ourselves into the ground and to, be busy non-stop, certainly not for the benefit of other people. And so we've got a dove in this goddess's hand here. So it's like you need to bring yourself some inner peace by nurturing yourself and allowing yourself to rest. Society would have us believe that, rest is a bad thing. And I've heard people in the past sort of boasting about how little sleep they've had and how knackered they are, like it's some kind of badge of honour, or that's the way that we're supposed to be, but we're really not. And so you're being called to nurture yourself and to rest over this time period. So we can take small steps, but make sure that you are resting in between, because in those rest phases, that's when our feminine energy can really come through with our next steps as well. So if we're not resting, if we're not calm enough, our intuitive messages cannot reach us. So for some of you, that might mean going out in nature. So you can see that with the green in her dress there. But the orange in that card, for me, suggests the emotional aspect. When we are so busy doing, we're not able to really tune into our emotions clearly enough. And our emotions can become upset and stirred up because we're not paying attention. So we are being asked to slow down. Taurus energy is actually quite a slow, steady energy. And so we are being asked to take slow but steady steps. There's no need to rush, and it's really good to take time to care for yourself in between those steps and to gain wisdom about what it is that you need to do next. So that's a really important message there. It's all very well having this really high vibrational energy, but if we're not doing anything with it, what's the point? So you've got to take the time to appreciate what those messages are, to let them come through, to take action steps towards them, but also to honour yourself as well. So we're going to move on to this Animal Kingdom Oracle deck now to finish and see what else it is that we need to know. For this Lionsgate and New Moon period. Just deciding how many I need to take. I've got one there, that one wants to come out. Yeah, this is good. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm going to save that one. The first card that came out is number 20, Tiger Shark. Open your heart. Now that's what 5D is all about, operating from a heart centre. That's where our soul resides, that's where our intuition resides, that's where our higher self resides. All of the truth that we need is in our heart. And so you're being asked to pay attention to that now. And not just now, but going forwards, but it's time to start to realign with that. It'll take practice to get out of here, to stay in your heart, but this is what we're being asked to do. So this is why you need to rest and take quiet time, because that will help you to align yourself with your heart, with your soul, and what you've truly come here to do and to experience. The next card that came out is card number 18, Sea Dragon. Be gentle with yourself. So again, it's just reiterating, you need to be more gentle with yourself. First and foremost, we need to love ourselves. So these two go really nicely together. When we open our hearts, we need to open it first and foremost for ourselves. We need to love ourselves, care for ourselves, and honour ourselves. And honouring ourselves also includes honouring our intuition, what our soul wants us to do. And so we do that first for ourselves, and then it gets easier when we try to do that with other people. And then, of course, to finish, we had to have a visit from the lion there. I love it. That hair looks just like mine. So it says, be balanced in your responsibilities, and it's even card 11 as well. You can't make this stuff up. In fact, she's got quite lioness type hair there as well, hasn't she? I love it. So be balanced with your priorities. You're not here to work yourselves to the ground. Sometimes we will have busier periods, but it's important that we balance that out with quiet time, with rest time, so that we can recharge, ready for the next phase. So please be aware where you do need to balance your energy with some quiet time. The energy can make us go pretty fast when it's so high like this, but it's up to us to go, okay, well, I know that the energy is really busy, but actually I'm so tired, I just need to rest for a while and then I'll start again. So you don't need to keep on going, even though the energy might feel like we need to. What you might find is that you will be forced to stop if you don't take that time. So just bear that in mind. That might apply to some of you already, where you have been asked, you have been forced to stop. If you're not at that phase, you are being asked to stop and rest for a little while now. So we are experiencing really busy energy, and it is supporting us. But trust what you need to do for yourself, for your own highest good, and everything will work out perfectly because of that. You will be no use to anybody else if you are burnt out and exhausted or unhappy. So choose wisely what it is that you want to use your energy for, and make sure you balance that with lots of rest time. So I hope that that resonates with you and that it is useful for you over the next few weeks. If you are finding these weekly readings useful, please share them with other people who you think might like them. And you can also sign up for my email newsletter. And you can do that at the top of my Facebook page on the sign up button, or you can visit my website intuitive-healer.co.uk and you can sign up there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.